Those who call golf a boring game have probably never watched a player miss the easiest shot of their life from just a few feet away. Not once, but over and over again. Or seen someone completely collapse in the middle of a round, not from injury, but from pure pressure. Golf looks gentle from the outside, but sometimes it feels like the most brutal sport in the world. Everything looked perfect for JT Poston. He lined up the shot, struck the ball cleanly, and it rolled with absolute confidence toward the hole. For a split second, it looked like a highlight moment. The crowd leaned in. Poston even started walking forward. But then, disaster. The ball dropped into the cup and instantly sprang right back out as if the hole itself rejected it. No spin, no lip out, just pure bad luck. One of those moments where even seasoned golfers stare at the ball and say, "Yeah, this sport hates people." This next one might be the worst thing you can do on a golf course. It's the kind of moment that makes you feel like you're stuck in a comedy movie. A player hits from one bunkers and lands straight into another bunker. Okay, it happens. But then he tries again, and the ball goes right back into the bunker he just came from. Then again, same result. And again, still bouncing between bunkers like he's trapped in a loop. It wasn't once. It wasn't twice. Not even 3 times. He was literally going back and forth between bunkers as if the course decided he wasn't allowed to leave.
Oh no!
Oh no! I see one more action in the bunker. Oh, that was way too clean.
That ball's got to get down too.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, sit down.
Settle.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't stop once it gets there.
Finally, after so many tries, he made it. Now let's talk about one of the strangest, most unfair moments you'll ever see in professional golf. Here we have Sam Burns, standing in the runway bunker at the 2023 Genesis Scottish Open. It's already one of the toughest bunkers on the course. Steep, unforgiving, and basically built to ruin someone's afternoon. Burns sets up, takes a solid swing, and for a moment it looks like the ball might actually escape. But no, the ball rockets forward, smacks straight into the vertical bunker face, and then just stops. It doesn't roll down. It doesn't fall back into the sand. It literally sticks to the grass wall like someone pressed pause on reality. Burns looks up completely stunned, as if the course just broke the laws of physics right in front of him. The official walks over, checks the situation, and tells Burns he has to play it from there. And that's when the nightmare gets worse. Burns takes the most awkward, impossible shot you can imagine. He hits it, and the ball immediately bounces right back into the bunker like it's mocking him. Another moment that proves golf can be brutal came from Charlie Hull at the 2025 Amundi event. She was playing great, smooth swings, steady rhythm, everything going her way. But midway through the round, she sat down to rest, clearly not feeling well. When she stood back up and tried to continue, she suddenly collapsed. The medical team rushed in, helped her recover, and after a few minutes, she actually returned and hit a couple of impressive shots. But her body wasn't done fighting back. Not long after, she collapsed again, and this time, there was no coming back. The medical staff immediately took her to the hospital, ending what could have been one of her best rounds of the season. This next moment is every golfer's worst nightmare. Ross Fisher plays a solid approach shot, and the ball comes to rest right on the edge of the bunker, balanced on the lip. It's not a simple shot, but it's definitely one he can handle. He just needs a clean swing and the ball is out. So Fisher steps up and does what every player does. He takes a few practice swings to feel the distance. But then something no one expects happens. During one of those practice swings, the air movement, or maybe just the vibration, causes the ball to wobble. And slowly, it begins to roll. Fisher watches helplessly as the ball trickles forward and drops straight into the bunker. He never touched it, not even close. It was just awful luck. The officials step in, review the situation, and confirm that he didn't cause the ball to move. No penalty. But the relief ends there because now Fisher has to hit from deep in the sand, a far tougher shot than the one he originally had. This one is hard to watch. Keegan Bradley was on fire, making birdies, building confidence, everything working in his favor. But then he stepped onto one of the toughest greens on the course, and this is where everything fell apart. He lines up his first putt, misses. Not ideal, but still fine. He goes for the second putt, and it rolls past the hole again. Now he's even farther away than where he began. Bradley tries to settle himself and takes the third putt from close range. And unbelievably, that one misses too. Finally, on the fourth putt, the ball drops. But the damage is already done. A great round completely derailed in less than a minute, all because of one brutal green. This one shows exactly how golf can look perfect right up until the very end, and then turn into a complete disaster in seconds. Jordan Spieth was playing great, stringing together solid shots, keeping his score tight, and putting himself in position to close out the round. All he needed was one last good swing. Make this shot, and he's right where he wants to be. But then disaster hits. Spieth takes the shot. The ball lands near the green, and slowly, painfully, it trickles down the slope and splashes straight into the water. A complete heartbreak, especially at a moment when everything was lining up for him. He drops another ball, resets, and tries again. But this one is even more brutal. It doesn't flirt with the edge. It doesn't tease the green. It goes directly into the water without a chance. Now frustrated and under pressure, he hits the next shot, and this time it dives into the bunker. In less than 2 minutes, Spieth goes from fighting for the lead to watching his entire round collapse. Now we have a moment that shows how 1 inch can decide an entire season. Here's Justin Thomas at the Wyndham Championship, standing over a shot he absolutely needs. He's fighting for his playoff spot, every stroke matters, and this is the one that could save his year. Thomas takes the shot and the ball rolls straight toward the hole with the exact speed you'd want in this situation. For a second, everyone thinks it's in, but then it stops. Not a foot short, not a few inches wide. It stops literally a couple of inches before dropping. Close enough to hurt, but not close enough to count. That tiny gap ended up costing him the playoff qualification he'd been fighting for all season. And then there's a moment that frustrated fans everywhere. Here's Jon Rahm lining up for his next shot. But right as he settled into his stance, the ball suddenly moved on its own. Just like that, he got hit with a penalty stroke. Rahm looked confused and frustrated because it really was. This one, JJ Spawn hits what looks like the perfect shot. The ball is tracking straight for the hole, perfect speed, perfect line. Everything about it screams birdie. This could have been a huge moment for him, but instead of dropping in, the ball smacks right into the flagstick. Not a soft bounce, not a small deflection. It hits the pole and shoots backwards, and it just keeps rolling, and rolling, and rolling. What could have been a highlight shot instantly turns into a nightmare. Instead of a tap-in, Spawn suddenly has a long, uncomfortable putt coming back. A perfect example of how one tiny bounce can flip everything in golf. And finally, we have Tiger Woods, a moment nobody expected to go wrong. Tiger was on track to add another big win to his record. The crowd was behind him, the momentum was building, and this shot right here was supposed to seal it. He lines it up, strikes it perfectly, and the ball rolls straight toward the hole with that classic Tiger confidence. It looks perfect, it looks done. Everyone is ready to celebrate. But at the very last second, the ball hits the cup, and then jumps right back out. A complete heartbreak. Tiger turns away in disbelief, and the entire crowd is stunned. So, which one do you think was the worst moment? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.